Welcome, Aquarius, to your March 2021 reading. Thank you so much for tuning into my channel. If this is the first time you've tuned in, I offer free mini readings for all new subscribers. So if you've got a question about this particular reading or something that this reading doesn't cover for you, just click the subscribe button and ask your question in the comment section below. I get back to everybody who subscribes and asks a question. So if you don't hear from me right away, don't worry too much. I'm just working through all of the mini readings. Now, let's get into this month's reading for you. Now, you start out in March on the move. You have the Chariot card, and generally speaking, the Chariot card is that card of movement, of going forward. It's a card of actually great news. It's a card of success, and you are just really, this can actually just talk about a vehicle, you on the move with buying a new car, going on a holiday somewhere. But this in general is that card that talks about heading out on a big adventure. Now, as I said, this can be a literal adventure where you're going on holidays, if that's possible where you are, or an adventure, a metaphorical adventure where you're starting a new direction in your life. And the Chariot talks about coming up, being faced with many situations that you've never encountered before. And it can also mean like a situation where you are in a position of having to keep more than one person happy as well. You might be having to juggle your priorities, and it's very interesting that is right next to the Two of Pentacles. And this is another card of having to juggle everything up in the air. So I'm feeling that there is a lot of quite hectic kind of situation, a kind of energy for you in March. Now, one thing with the Chariot card is the traditional imagery on this card is always to have the two horses, or sometimes there's two lions or two creatures, whatever the two things that are in front of the Chariot. They are two different colors, and this often talks about opposing forces. And it's like you are the driver of that chariot, but you've got two horses. One is white, one is black. One wants to go in one direction and one wants to go in the other direction. So you are the one that are trying to hold them all together and keep them moving forward in the right direction to get you where it is that you want to go. So it's almost like when you get the Chariot, you're really discovering something new and then trying to accomplish great things for the first time here. To get those horses in control and moving in the right direction. It's like you're mastering a new talent. And you're mastering how to do many things all at once via the mind. And it's a delicate process. And you are really using sheer will and having focus, dedicated purpose almost. There's a dedicated purpose in your actions. You are really trying to get things running in the right direction, in the right way, and keeping a lot of people happy and juggling a lot of things. But when you get the Chariot card, you know that this is a card of success. So it can indicate an up and coming promotion, a job offer, or an award of some sort. This card often asks you to feel safe when promoting yourself. If you've been doing a good job, then tell the world. if you've got a job in the media, then don't be afraid to get out there and tell everyone how wonderful you are. It's a really good time to promote yourself if this is something that relates to you. Now, just remember, this is a general reading, and not all things will relate to everyone. Now, next, as I mentioned, is the Two of Pentacles. Now, this is quite a lovely card. It's a card of abundance. I mean, it's a money card. And for some of you, you could be juggling money. You could be juggling your finances or some sort of issue there. But often this can talk about attempting to do too many things at once. And that's not to say that you can't. You can juggle your priorities and still be successful, but it might be a little bit difficult to do. And often this can talk about somebody who's doing multiple jobs, working at multiple jobs. And it can also be a time when you could potentially be wanting to move from one career to another. You could be sort of juggling that situation as well. If you are attempting a career change, the Two of Pentacles sometimes asks you to hold off making a decision until the situation, and this usually, because it's a money card, refers to your money situation, your finances. Make sure that they've become certain before you do think about changing careers, changing the path that you are going on. Now, the Two of Pentacles is kind of a bit of a card where you might be experiencing a lot of stress or having some challenging decisions to make. All twos often do talk about making a decision, and because this is Pentacles, as I said, it could be a decision about your money, your career, your financial status at the moment. And what this card says is try to approach this stressful situation in a playful way. And I know that's difficult to do, particularly if you're under a lot of stress. But if you look at the imagery on this card, the person actually looks like a bit of a performer in the circus. He's spinning. He's on one toe on top of a spinning top, on one leg, and juggling. He's doing everything all at once, but it's kind of a fun feeling, a feeling of a fair or a circus. And so he's being a performer there, and I feel like this is kind of asking you to do that as well. So take the lighthearted approach to any difficult situations or choices that you might be faced with. Now you have the King of Cups there. Now I often read this as a Cancer sign. A lot of people, because this is a general reading, this can be any water sign. This can be Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. And the King of Cups is a lovely person. They really are that someone that you can just depend on. And the meaning of this particular card, if it doesn't represent somebody, it asks you to open up your hearts and show compassion for those people around you. You know, you're really asked to open your mind to new ideas, new creative ways of thinking, and really you're called upon to actually provide your time or your money to charitable organizations, or just to help other people out on a one-to-one level, not so much charitable organizations, but just really be open-hearted. Now, when it comes to relationships, if this is someone in your life, the king represents someone you can fully trust. He has a golden heart, and he operates, and I say he, this is just because it's a king. This is non-gender specific. This can be a female as well. So this is somebody that really operates with the highest degree of integrity. And what often it means when we have court cards like kings or queens or knights or pages in our reading, it's asking us to be like that too, to operate with the highest degree of integrity. No lies, no manipulations, any of that sort of stuff. Really come from that place of love, from your heart. And things are going to work out for everyone, I feel. Now, you've got the Empress. What a beautiful card. This is a card of nurturing, and it's a card of prosperity and abundance. And this is also a card, another one of those cards. There's a few in the deck, but this is a card that says stop pondering your fate and just do it. Just get busy. It's really a wonderful time in your life when you get the Empress. It's a message that there's a lot of success there for you at everything that you put your mind to. So if you are really wanting to do something new, you make that decision that's in the Two of Pentacles to move in a new direction, you are going to be successful there. Now, the Empress, because it's that card of abundance and birth and fertility, this can indicate an impending pregnancy or the birth of a child, and this can also mean adoption as well. Now, it just talks about motherhood, or parenthood, I should say, nurturing, maternal issues that are within you. And the Empress's domain is all about nurturing, and it talks about nurturing yourself as well as those around you. So it's really important in March to look after yourself, Aquarians. It's quite important. And also giving birth, because the Empress is that archetypal mother, the mother of us all. She gives birth to her children, but this can be a metaphorical birth as well. You're giving birth to a new project that you started, a new phase of your life. That could be your baby. You might have started a new business. You might have started a new creative project, writing a book, writing some music. That is what you are nurturing and trying to grow into something wonderful. And just remember that there is this need, and I'm getting this message strongly, that you really need to nurture yourself. Go out, spend time in nature, buy yourself something wonderful, something beautiful, some nice jewelry. Seek out healing experiences like massage or Reiki or something like that, something that is nurturing for you. Now, we then move into, from the energy of the Empress, we move into the energy of the Lovers. Now, this card is quite self-explanatory for a lot of people. There could be a Cancer that you are involved with. The Chariot card is also representative of Cancer, and you do have that water sign there, which I do read as a Cancer, but as I said, it's a general reading, so any water sign, Pisces, Scorpio as well. But the Lovers card is that card that talks about true love. And that's the love that isn't going to fade away anytime soon. It's long lasting, romantic relationships are on their way. And when you get this card, that's quite often the case. And it can also talk about love, like if you are in an existing relationship that's enduring love, it can be an engagement or even marriage that's indicated for you in March, or certainly discussions regarding that. You're moving forward. And if there's any card that represents the soulmate, this is absolutely the card. You've got the Two of Cups that does represent a soulmate as well, or a twin soul, but the Lovers card really does talk about that. And whether or not this relationship lasts for the rest of your life, it is certainly a significant relationship for many of you here. Now, another thing that the Lovers card can represent, and this is supported by that too, is that an important decision is required of you. And it really does encourage you to make a choice from the heart. So if you've got a direction that you want to go in, it can mean that you need to listen to your heart and move that way. And also, if you've been unwell in any way, this is a card that talks about getting back to a healthy situation. Now, just for a few of you, this is a general reading. There could be an issue where there is a third person in a relationship, and I don't really see that energy here, but as I said, this is a general reading. So for some of you, just be careful, because there could be a third person in your relationship, and could be an earth sign and a water sign, or you could be making a choice between two people. If you perhaps have been dating two people, and now it's kind of coming to the stage where you need to make a choice to follow a particular relationship further. This could be required of you in March as well. Now, the Nine of Pentacles, really love this card. This is a card of abundance, and you are really I'm feeling financially okay. Now, this is under the Two of Pentacles. So, as I mentioned earlier, there could be some juggling of funds working out required of you in March, but the Nine really is a card of success, of luxury and self-nurturing. And this is prosperity that you have that hasn't actually been handed to you. You have worked for it, and you've worked hard, long, hard hours for this, and you really deserve a rest and some relaxation. And this is that energy of the Empress, where you need to nurture yourself. You need to be looking after yourself. Now, this can actually talk about people that are close to retirement, or certainly at the very least, they've earned enough money to stop working, so they're choosing to retire. So if this is you, congratulations, Aquarius. That's a great position to be in. This can also be a sign of you wanting to go into business for yourself. And if you have got ideas in regards to that, when you get the Nine of Pentacles, this is a really good sign that you should pursue that line of thinking. Again, this is a card of quiet reflection, and it sort of says just take that time to be alone. And I feel like you know the difference between being lonely and being alone. They're completely two different things. So seek some solitude, and you can often get a lot of answers to some questions, particularly if you are required to make a decision. The decision that's required in the Two of Pentacles and the Queen and the Lover's card there. Go out in nature and just ponder your life, your direction, and the answers will come to you a lot easier than if you worry about them. Now you've got the Knight of Pentacles as well. So 3 Pentacles there. A lot about money and finances for you in March. But your finances are heading in a good direction. And the Knight of Pentacles is saying it is time to move along now. So make that decision, guys. The planning stages are complete. You don't need to sit and plan and put any more energy into that. Take time. It's time to take action, sorry. And, you know, you've made really good plans. So you don't have anything to worry about. They're excellent plans. They're not just good plans, they're excellent plans. And they're going to work out really well for you. And you're encouraged again, and this is the second time the message has come through for you. You are encouraged to maintain your integrity throughout this whole process and follow through on any promises that you have made. So, Aquarians, truth, honesty, integrity, those are your mantras. They should be your mantras for always, but in particular in March. Now, you could potentially be going on a business trip because Knights are movement. They are movement forward. This is the Knight of Pentacles. So that is to do with your career, your money, your job, that kind of thing. So there could be some movement, some travel for business. But there are financial rewards for you when you have the Knight, and your guardian angels are around you too. So being in that quiet space and connecting with them is going to assist you in any decisions to move forward or not. Now, although this energy is the slowest energy of all, the slowest movement of all the Knights, you know that the Knight of Pentacles is that kind of energy that is slow and steady wins the race. It's that kind of, it's on its way. It might not be lightning fast like the Knight of Swords or the Knight of Wands, but you know you're going to get there, and it's going to be a safe and successful journey. Now, your final tarot card that you have is the Page of Cups. Now, this is a Pisces sign. So 2 water signs here, 2 water people. This could be somebody else that you are needing to make a decision between. Pisces or a Scorpio, that kind of energy. But again, it is a general reading, so it can be any water sign here. Now, pages are messages or messengers. So you could be having quite a romantic time in March, because the Page of Cups is always someone exciting that is entering your life. And because it's cups, it's usually it usually relates to relationships that are romantic. So you could be definitely having a wonderful new relationship that is moving on to the next level. And if you are already in a relationship, this can be a relationship that now moves on to a deeper level. This could be relating to getting married or moving in together. It's that kind of energy there. And you know, this can even just be talking about love letters or any type of communication with a lot of emotion in it as well. That's kind of what the page is talking about. But you can see the fish there. So this could be a Pisces that is significant in your life in March. Now, your final card from the Gateway Oracle cards is trusting your intuition. Now, I absolutely love these cards. They are so, their imagery is so beautiful and simple, yet they do speak very loudly in their simplicity. So if you look at this card, there's a keyhole there, and looking through the keyhole, one side you're in some autumn leaves, some beautiful imagery there, but you look through into the future, into the summertime, and you see that beautiful river. And when I was meditating on this card, I don't know if you can notice it, a bit of that river is slipping through the keyhole and connecting to you in from this side of things. If the through the keyhole is what you see in the future, your intuition, that little bit of emotion is connecting both. That's there, and it's very strong. But what this message, what the mantra for this is, for this card is, my life is truly guided. And there is a card that came up here where it was talking about your guides, your guardian angels being around you right now. And you really need to listen to your intuition. Now, the meaning of this card is listen with your heart and act on your instincts. Trust that you are being guided as the messages you are receiving are in your highest good. Follow the nudges from spirit. The universe wants you to know your intuition is the vehicle for messages from spirit. If in the past you followed your instincts and then later it seemed to be the wrong move, don't let that keep you from trusting your intuition now. Often, with the perspective of time, the things that seemed like mistakes were actually your best experiences. Know that there are spiritual guides, allies, and angels surrounding you. As you open up your intuition, you will sense their loving presence and profound messages. That is such a wonderful message, Aquarius, to know that you are being guided through life by your guardian angels. They are there and they are giving you those intuitive messages. So if you dream or you have thoughts that pop into your head for you don't really know why, but they are answers that you've been seeking, and they assist you in making this decision that I'm seeing you are required to make, just accept them, allow them to come in and open up your intuitive mind and let those come through for you. So I hope that resonated with you, Aquarius. Please let me know in the comments below how you felt about it, whether this resonated with you. If you, as I mentioned in the beginning of the video, if this is the first time you've tuned in, take that opportunity of your free mini reading. And if you're into crystals, check out my website at kasana.com.au. There are some beautiful crystal pieces there, all one-off pieces only, handmade and designed in Australia by an Australian designer. So have a wonderful month, Aquarius, and I hope to see you next month. Bye.